Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jason Smith.
I'm Eddie Brophy.
This is Play by Play, and Eddie has a very special match.
I had to spite you because you found... Jason finds this epic Lions Den match from Sunday Night Heat with Owen Hart and Steve Blackman. It's a rare gem. But while we were commentating on that, we had mentioned, and it's the Iron Circle match. We couldn't think of the name of it. It was when Ken Shamrock was very deep in his feud with Steve Blackman in the summer of '99. This is fully loaded. Cars in a parking lot circling. That was like a bona fide fist fight. So if you want to just roll the clip,
let's get into it.
I would love to get people into this one.
Roll the clip.
And this was one of the rare pay-per-views that summer that I actually thought from beginning to end, actually it was
really good. It
was worth the $30 because there wasn't any filler match. Even the Edge Jeff Jarrett match, I actually thought was really great. And I think we had mentioned in a play-by-play of the show when Stone Cold came out and he stunned Jeff Jarrett. That was supposed to kind of tease a potential Jarrett Austin WWF title angle. But see, this is the Blackman I miss. This is the quiet, dangerous side. I mean, I remember being a kid and seeing that. And, obviously knowing it's fake, but being like, holy shit, like Ken Shamrock's internally bleeding. And then, of course, cringing later on that night when I see this. And again, I had mentioned on the show, it's funny that I mentioned it, King of the Ring, 99, still by far one of my favorite King of the Rings. Ken Shamrock.
I remember hating it at the time because it was like all the heels won. And I was like, boo!
But see, that was the best part about the early Attitude Era was that the good guys never won. Yeah. That is why it is. I think that's why it's so hard to adapt to the John Cena era, is because I'm so used to the pricks always getting by and me being heartbroken when Triple H ends Mick Foley's career in the Hell in a Cell. You're like, no! When you actually gave a shit about these guys.
This looks awesome. Like, I think Cena and Eddie Guerrero did something similar to this once.
I'm pretty sure they did. I'm almost positive on that one. Because those are the only two guys I could see pulling this off as well as they did. And again, I just think it's so funny seeing all these guys in their street clothes, like legitimizing that, oh yeah, these guys are going to beat that.
Their rent-a-cars and stuff like that.
You gotta wonder though, every time they destroyed like a rental car, like how much that must have pissed. If the rental company even cared, because obviously they were getting paid off for it, but if the rental companies like actually held on to those cars or like tried to auction them off.
I like that they're playing the entrance music for them out in the garage.
I
feel like this is what it would be like if I was actually having a fight with somebody.
Meanwhile,
I come out like Ken Shamrock.
It's Jason hearing this in his head, like he's going to fight somebody and he's hearing Ken Shamrock's theme in his head. I'd be lying if I said I didn't do the same once or twice. I got in a lot of fights in 7th grade, and believe me, the X-Pac song was playing in my, because I was the scrawny guy, still am. It was such an exciting time for, because this is like we've mentioned before. They actually left the arena. Like, they went into the parking lot. Like, there was that great, I don't remember, I think it was this one. It was Al Snow and Bossman for the hardcore title. And they actually they left the arena and he was throwing them around the parking lot.
They would constantly do that with the hardcore title where, run around and go into the bar down the street and have a fight.
I still love that. I remember they actually did that. I don't remember if you had gone to that show. The Higher Power was revealed.
I wasn't there, but
because I knew somebody who was there, and I remember them just like freaking out that it was the actual Fleet Center bar that Al Snow was in and getting his ass kicked. And the boys are all getting into it. That's the best part of this match. I'm actually really let down that in any of the earlier versions of the SmackDown video games, the Iron Circle match, wasn't it? Because I was actually, I flipped when they actually did the casket match in one of those older games, but I'm a little let down that the Lions Den and the Iron Circle matches were not in them.
I wonder who's out there.
I've actually counted, I know for a fact D-Lo's out there.
I think I saw Val.
I know Val's out there. I'm pretty sure Midian's out there. Which you got to kind of wonder about because, I mean, I want to say that looks like Prince Albert and Draws.
Fits the time period.
I kind of want to say that they went with, obviously they went with the mid-card guys who would do the Sunday Night Heat, but they wanted to go with the guys that legitimately look like they get in bar fights. And I think that's what really sold it, because I could see Val Venus or Draws or Prince Albert
hanging out and getting drunk and then...
I still think it'd be so cool if they got Steve Blackman or Ken Shamrock. If they do a Triple H Brock MMA match, get one of those guys in. It would totally sell the angle. It would work on so many levels. It would satisfy the mark in us. Before the dreaded biker chain on a pole matches.
Let us not forget the Viagra on the pole match.
Oh my God. I'm still thinking about the pink slip on a pole, the nightstick on a pole. I'm actually surprised that they didn't, especially with the Acolytes. You would have thought that the Acolytes would have had a match similar to this in their tag career when they were tag
unofficially. I mean,
yeah, unofficially, yeah, because they just did it anyway.
Yeah.
They didn't need a sanctioned match to do it. They just showed up in part. They just beat the hell out of each other because they wanted to. I love seeing Viscera, yeah. Because at that point, he's not Big Daddy V, or he's still Viscera. He's still in the ministry, the corporate ministry at this point. It was funny, too, because, WWE has a history of trying to repeat certain summers. Because if you think back, summer of '98, it was Shamrock and Owen in the dungeon match, then the Lion's Den. This time around, you got the Iron Circle and the Lion's Den. It still works, though. I mean, I thought your match was phenomenal because what two better guys than Owen and Steve Blackman in this case. But seeing all those guys out there is really something because it's so funny because you see someone like Midian in a Gold's Gym, but meanwhile it's like, dude, you're in the corporate ministry. You're supposed to be evil. I'm honestly let down that we still haven't seen like a Best of Ken Shamrock DVD.
Yeah. I don't know. Is he on good terms with them?
Well, that's what I'm wondering about because I know he left the company, but I don't know if he left on great terms.
I don't know because it was like he was supposed to have that match with Jericho and then just ditched. I don't know if it was storyline.
I don't know if it was due to injury or if it was due to the fact that he didn't want to put over a guy like Jericho. Because bear in mind, when Jericho came into that company, man, I mean, Jericho seems like a down-to-earth guy, but he had a lot of heat on him for kind of being an egotistical prick when he wanted to be.
He even said it took like he tried to get in with guys like Bob Holly and like people who had been there and Val. And, so you could see, hey, I'm a good guy. And eventually it worked for him. But
yeah, Undisputed was the book that I read where it was basically like, you think your job sucks or your job is hard, man. Yeah, Jericho, that guy was a pro wrestler. And some of the stories were cringeworthy.
Oh, somebody won? Oh, I guess there's no pin. It's just until you're...
I basically just beat the person senseless. I love how unsure Jerry the King Lawler sounds. Well,
I think he's
the winner. He's not breathing.
All right.
You got a jam. We locked out tonight, sir. We locked out tonight.
All right. Wrap it up.
Yeah. Well, that was Shamrock Blackman, Iron Circle. Check out that pay-per-view if you can get hands on eBay it. But I'm Eddie Broby, so you don't have to be.
I'm Jason Smith.
Thanks for watching.